Aha, we are live. Well, hello everyone and welcome to Hogarth's Global Astrology. These two ladies in front of me need no introduction, yeah? But just in case you didn't know who they were, in the middle we have Lady G. And of course here on the further side we have Dr. Lena Rodriguez, who's in Australia. So for us it's Saturday, for her it's Sunday morning, as you know. 17 time zones, folks. And can you believe how often our cards are in sync? There you go.
17 time zones.
Exactly. No distance is too great when it comes to spirit. So before we get stuck into the show, it's going to be, a rapid fire show as always. We're going to try and handle about 6 questions tonight. And we'll maybe try and end on a more existential question, which is actually coming from Harry Bunn. So I'm calling this flashback, a flashback question, because sometimes we don't have enough time, so we're doing a flashback for Harry Bunn. So that's at the end of the show.
Go Harry.
Indeed. And we're going to cover a bit of DeSantis. We're going to talk about Canada. Very, very interesting question has come in from Canada. We're going to look at debt ceiling as well, and we're going to ask Shakespeare what he thinks of the current crop of GOP in the House. All right, buckle yourselves in, folks, because we know the bard is ruthless.
Ruthless.
Absolutely. I mean, it was devastating. I can still remember last week. Devastating with Javanka. In fact, let me actually make sure I've got his 1 minute. I'll have to rummage for where is he? Oh, there he is. He was under some papers. But before we begin, so I just want to say, for those of you that support the channel, thank you very much. Thank you everyone for being here. If you'd like to like and subscribe, not only to my channel, but also Lady G and Lena, their video links are in the video description below. So I wanted to say that because, of course, they've got fabulous channels themselves. And Lady G, you said something a few weeks ago that made me burst out laughing. You were talking about Trump, Doc Larange, and you talked about, what did you talk about? His crucible of abominations. Was that?
Yes.
And I practically spat out the drink that I was drinking. So there's that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a quick bit of astrological weather, and then we're going to get into the show. So what's important to know? We have the next set of eclipses coming up.
Oh, yes.
April, yeah? April 20th. So just to give you the precise time, because, I've got a Virgo sun sign here, so I like to be precise. So on the 20th of April, 2023, at 4:12 a.m. UK time, so you have to knock off 5 hours to get Eastern, the sun and the moon will come together, solar eclipse at 5 degrees 39 minutes of sidereal Aries, in Ashwini Nakshatra. Now, why is this important? Last year, flashback, 30th of April 2022, the eclipses were in Aries, but a later bit because the nodes moved backwards, and it was in Bharani Nakshatra. Bharani Nakshatra, the symbol of Bharani Nakshatra is the yoni, the female reproductive system. What was the big theme of last year? Roe versus Wade, etc., etc. So the first eclipse in the new year sets the theme for the whole year to come. And Ashwini is also about the Ashwins that deals with eyesight, the physician of the gods. We could have new breakthroughs about health and healing, or physicians could be in the news. I'm just letting you know. But what makes it even more significant is that this eclipse falls right on top of Joe Biden's moon and Kamala Harris's moon. Yeah.
Ooh.
I'll go into details nearer the time, but this is very significant. Yeah. So I just want to put that out there. Just so we're prepping the ground. Right. Ladies, are we ready to begin?
Absolutely.
All right. So first question that comes in. Now, this is a DeSantis question. Oh my God, look at the card that just fell out the deck.
No.
Well, let's only hope.
Let's put that back in and make sure it's not the wrong way up. Oh my God, my cards are all a jumble. Oh, let me just, here we are. Let's just put that there. Now, two of you asked a DeSantis question. So in a way, they're blended. Yep. So Linda Surmeyer, and it was Selenite Junkie. Oh, bless. They both asked a DeSantis question. So the first one, I'm not sure if you answered this, but this is from Linda. I'm not sure if you answered this before, but what effect will the new DeSantis board members have on the Disney Corp? Also love your show, and that's what she was saying. So there's that, which I don't know that much about, to be honest. And then another one, so Selenite says, she says DeSatan continues to become more and more insane. Will he be stopped? And if so, how? Please help. I live in Florida and this guy needs to go. Love you all. Thank you for all that you do. So let's just read what is going on with DeSantis in general.
Okay. Now, I just did a reading half an hour ago
on DeSantis,
right. But it was this aspect and that aspect. So I'm happy to read again. And
okay, sure.
You know,
let's see. And you can actually tell us what comes up in our cards versus what you got, Lena, as well.
Yes. Yeah.
DeSantis. Welcome everyone as well for joining us.
Oh my God. Sharon says the new Disney board, which is put in place by DeSatan, is going to regulate Disney princesses and ban Peter Pan.
What? Okay,
Too
guys,
gay.
can you let us know in the comments? How is this possible that a politician is able to change the board on Disney? Can someone explain that to me? How is that even legal?
Well, we've got to remember too, and I was just telling my viewers this, that, excuse me, Disney has had a sweetheart deal in Florida for a long time and didn't have to pay tax and all of that stuff. And now that's over. But there probably always was a board, but they didn't do anything. Like so many boards, you know, they just turned up, had the lobster lunch and left again. So now he's placed right-wing evangelical nutcases on the board.
God. Oh my God. Like banning Peter Pan. Really? Oh my God. I think it's because obviously, you know, the main crook in there, Captain Hook, is obviously a bit too close to the bone.
Probably.
I'm tired of them teasing my uncle, you know. That's probably the rationale. I can't believe it. Can you imagine if this guy was ever to become president? My God.
So what's our question that we're reading on?
So, like the energy around DeSantis, what's going on with him and the board and all of this crazy stuff he's doing? Let's see here. Oh gosh. Interessante. Who's ready to go?
Oh, well, I should be, but because I've got my cards out, but I don't know what they mean. I have
all
to
right,
think
we'll
about
give you a
it.
bit of time. Lady G, would you like to go first?
Okay. At the center of it, we have him, you know, trying to strengthen his position with his ongoing crazy conversations. But people are kind of looking ahead and seeing what's coming with it. We have going into it, you know, he's got his fishtails and drama he's doing and things he's trying to protect. They're being eaten away as we speak. So he's trying one thing, but it's going another direction. He's looking for those that he can work with in a direction and an open door, but that door is kind of closed. So it's not looking good. The challenge is that American people, and they're looking light on this subject, and they're looking at the knowledge and things, and what he's doing with education as well, how he's trying to rip that off. So we have those that are standing and ready to move with the energy. because he's obstructing and he is a total snake. So we have those that are wanting to move and to, come against him and kind of cut his flame down.
Interesting.
Yeah, my goodness. Lena?
Yeah.
What do you have
worked out?
more points in what's happening for you now? Sorry, as I look for my, here we are. So go on.
Yeah, okay. With the Six of Swords, I think the Satan is moving away from truth and reality. Like, I think this is not just political now. I think since he's become a serious contender in the minds of the GOP, they've sort of taken him over or something in some way. But he's moving further away from, because swords can also be mental health. It's like he's moving further away from truth and sanity.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Re Disney, here's the Queen of Pentacles, who's a bit like the Empress. This, to me, she's representing American families, Florida families, not entirely happy. This is the Wheel of Fortune. Will they speak up in time? Will this play badly with mainstream? Because let's face it, Disney is part of the American psyche even. I don't think that's an overstatement, right? So they're messing with God, like this. So it's a big deal what happens now, and of course for the rest of America. Like, if he gets away with all this and it's seen as strong, that's a real problem. Or it could go the other way for him now. And here's Justice. And I'm going to stick my neck out and say, I think Disney is going to sue him.
Wow.
Yeah.
For reduction of corporate everything or something. But the other thing that we have to remember is now, because he's taken away their privileges, the people in that county have to pay $2.6 billion in infrastructure charges over the next couple of years. So I don't know that families will be that thrilled.
What? Oh my goodness, this is just really strange. And just in the comments here, I won't click them up though. Actually, no one's pulling cards at the moment, so I'm gonna risk a quick click here. But look, Darren says, I laugh when I remember how years ago my aunt wanted me to move to Tampa area to teach. No way would that have ever happened. My Maryland roots are very, very deep, and teachers have unions. And I guess he means in Maryland. Something's going on with him. Yeah, something is going on with DeSantis. What cards do I have for him? The first card out to symbolize it all. Look at that, the Emperor. Yeah, he thinks he's Emperor. Look, he's playing all coy. We all know that he wants to be president. Yeah, we all know. Yeah, he's going to do all sorts of whatever he can to be president. Sorry. However, as we know, Duck L'Orange is a slippery eel and he's hard to beat. And apparently Duck L'Orange is back up again in the ratings. Yeah, never underestimate this. No. His gift is grift. Yeah. And we know Trump is dreadful, but and I've said it before, but honestly, DeSantis is worse, yeah, because he's actually a fundamentalist. He's like a neo-fascist Christian fundamentalist, essentially. Anyway, there's his ambitions, yeah. What's the obstacle card? Now, this is interesting. King of Wands, yeah, King of Wands. Now, of course, Wands is all about fire, passion, heat, etc. But really, I see this card as the card of entrepreneurship. They can also refer to the businessman. Ooh, yes. Which businessman could potentially be a fly in the thwart the ambitions of this kingship that he wants? Maybe a certain Duck L'Orange. I certainly hope so. Trump is terrible, but honestly, DeSantis. Anyway,
it's fully scary.
Oh, frightening. Like when I tune in, frightening. So but look, there's something happens, yeah, where there's an element where DeSantis is not going to like the options on the table. Maybe because of someone like this might be pulling out certain things. Do people know the show called Blue Peter? Do you guys know Blue Peter?
I do, but I doubt Americans do.
All right,
No.
it's this TV show that's been around since the 60s in UK. But what they do is, the whole point is, they go, here's one I made earlier.
Yes, right.
So what it means is Duck L'Orange is going to be like pulling something out of his pocket that's been pre-prepared and waiting for the right moment, and he's going to throw some whatever, which will make DeSantis have to think. But look, Wheel of Fortune is involved, fate and destiny. He's pondering his harvest, the things that he's sown. As we know he's sowing a lot of discord, things to do with education. And my clarifiers, Knight of Swords, there's that element there of aggression rushing in. Temperance comes in the middle. So will someone try and bring some balance? But look, then we have the Magician. But who's going to be the magician here? Is it DeSantis? Is it Disney? Or is it Duck L'Orange? We will have to see. Anything you'd like to add to that, ladies, before we move on?
Yes, from the comments here, DeSantis is not the only concern. Florida, there's I guess a legislation or something called HB 1316, and they want bloggers to register, and then they will fine bloggers if they say mean things about politicians. It's complete fascist censorship. Now, I don't think it's up yet as a thing, but that's the sort of thing they are talking about.
Oh my God.
It is true fascism. We're not using the word carelessly.
No, this is bona fide.
It's the real deal.
Doesn't it just make your skin crawl?
Oh.
And it's, as you know, with the astro weather, as I've been banging on, everyone knows ad nauseum. But what have I been saying? I've been saying Pluto is in sidereal Capricorn. Capricorn is government, rules, regulations, infrastructure systems of all kinds. And it is the shadow of Pluto is what? The underbelly, corruption, fascism, stuff like this. It started on the 1st of January, 2021, according to Vedic astrology. And what happened 5 days later? We had the insurrection. So does it mean it's going to last forever? No, but 2023, 2024, sadly, we're going to see this. And then hopefully we can purge it. Oh my goodness. All right. Shall we move on to the next question?
One more comment. I hope Duck L'Orange makes himself useful and takes down to Satan. I think that sums it up.
Absolutely. And that's what we've all been saying as well. You know, it's like, if there is one area where he will be useful, it's this. Never did we think that we would be wishing for the reptilian nature of Duck L'Orange to kind of come in and save us from something even worse than himself. We live in bizarre times, folks. Bizarre times. All right. Next one. So here we are, turning the thing over. Where am I? Question number 2. Oh, here we are. A bit lighter, this one. A bit lighter. It's about, we're taking our aeroplane to Puerto Rico. So Tatty Dem says, hello, Hogarth, and of course, by extension, the ladies. My question is, will Puerto Rico become a state of the US within the next few years? Let's look at that. And thank you, everyone, for all the donations flowing in. Wonderful. Ooh.
Thank you, guys, for that.
And at this moment, we've got 885 in the house.
Oh, there's more to that story in the comments. All bloggers who wrote about DeSatan have to register with the government. And another one, he's trying to wipe out Democrats as voters during the primaries by the same bill.
What?
So in other words, you couldn't say anything bad about him if you were a Democratic contender.
And where is that question, Lena? So I can just put it up briefly on the screen before we
just scroll up. Pam Pierce and Sharon Donnelly, those two comments.
Pam Pierce. I'll see if I can find it because the chat goes pretty quick. I'm not sure if I can find it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you've read it out. Oh, here we are. Trying to wipe out. Oh yeah, Sharon got that bit from Sharon there. Wow. This is scary stuff, guys. But Puerto Rico, will they become a state of the US within the next few years? Is it true? Correct me if I'm wrong, ladies, or in the comments. Is it true that DeSantis is trying to go for more of the Latin vote because they tend to vote more conservative? Is that correct?
Well, it would. Yeah. And it is a conservative voting bloc. Don't start me on that.
Okay. Puerto Rico, will they join? Because he may dangle something like that, you know. He may say, well, if I'm president, then Puerto Rico is going to become, you know, things like that. I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, look, he'll pull anything out. But I don't think he would. I'll just speak on this first. But from the point of view, that's not going to go down well with Anglo voters. People want to preserve what is. And if he did that, it would possibly win him votes. But there are other, it depends if Puerto Rico is more left than right or in the centre too. So that wouldn't necessarily just get him votes. Because we have to think of it as a pan-Latin vote, pan-Latin American vote, as opposed to this country and that country.
Precisely.
Shall I go?
Go for it. Go for it.
Temperance is over it. A bit of moderation going on, maybe some real thinking. But it's over the devil. So it's like Puerto Rico with angel wings. And do you want to be chained to the devil? Meaning for Puerto Rico to become a state might have been brilliant in 1974 or 86, but now would you really want to ally yourself with the madness that is going on? I think it's conflicted in the sense of, for Puerto Ricans, there'd be those who do support it, those who are totally against it, and those who are in the middle. That's inevitable. But they're talking about it. They're thinking about it. These birds in the air are up there. And Wheel of Fortune. So in terms of in the next few years, I'm not sure it would happen in the next few years. The Wheel of Fortune can also be about time passing. So when more time passes and hopefully America becomes a working democracy again instead of a proto-fascist regime, it might be better to wait.
Very interesting. Lady G, what do you have?
Well, there are those that would like to charge forward and move this. But we have the obstruction at the heart of it. We have those, that are obstructionists. This is something that's being juggled. And they're, of course, looking at the friendship and what they can do and what Puerto Rico can actually offer, if it's of something of benefit or not. Unfortunately, the major arcana in this is being hung up. They have conversations, that are not. We need to come to a point of seeing from a different viewpoint. And for now, no. This is a long-term path that's going to take place. And right now we have the clouds. It's kind of, unfortunately, there are those that want it, but it's not happening in the near future.
Yeah, it could be a little bit tumultuous.
They don't have enough to offer, is what they're thinking.
So, right. Okay.
What have you got?
So the cards that I've got are quite interesting cards. Yeah, 2 major arcana here though out of 5. So again, quite a big deal. So the question, will Puerto Rico join, etc., and stuff like that? And then I get the King of Pentacles. So I think this is about a money kind of thing. It's almost like, do they have enough money?
Yeah.
Kind of like what you were just saying, Lady G. So it primarily seems to be more of a financial assessment, shall we say. I think if Puerto Rico were absolutely overflowing with cash, then of course, you know, they would have been hived off, you know, quite a while ago.
Already here.
Exactly. So it shows here that there's something here about the money, but it could also be, could this be Puerto Rico trying to get their finances in order, trying to make sure that they're in a better financial state? Yeah, because this is also about organized professional money. Yeah. However, in the obstacle position, oh look, death. Now we know it's not literal death, but we know that this can represent literally endings or transformation. So if I put these two together, I think financial transformation has to happen in Puerto Rico, where they may have to be seen as more maybe economically viable, but also as well, this could also speak as well at the time when we're talking about debt ceilings and various bits and bobs. And this could also maybe reflect some of the financial situation of the USA, you know, so they're like, can we afford it? So money is the thing. Messaging could be a potential issue. I mean, there's the idea of maybe there might be some senators that are kind of sweet talking the Puerto Ricans, saying, oh yeah, we'll make you an offer. Yeah, because this is about making offers and stuff like that. So maybe there is some work going on behind the scenes to transform things. And could it be America or Puerto Rico that makes an offer? Because look who comes next, the Empress. Fertility, fecundity, pregnancy, creativity, all of that kind of stuff. And this can also, for me, sometimes it represents Russia, but it also represents the America card, you know, as well. So right. Oh, I thought you said something. So the America card, and then Page of Pentacles. So maybe there is some kind of offer, but I think it's likely to be small and maybe not for now. So I'm not going to say never, but maybe just not yet. Anything else to that?
Pam says here, the right wing in Florida has been buying Spanish language stations in Florida to spread their propaganda and get their votes. That'd be right.
Wow. Yeah, that sounds about right, doesn't it? And we've just hit 1,000.
Right. Somebody else was right in there. Puerto Rico had oil. If they found a big gold treasure, if they found something there, then they would be hot on it immediately.
Yeah, because we saw the Pentacles came up, so it's about money. They're like, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. If there's someone finds an oil well there, then like, welcome, 50 whatever stage. I'm sure someone from Texas will be straight over there to do a pipeline. Let's do the Puerto Rico Gulf of Mexico pipeline, oil pipeline. I'm sure. But yes, we've got just over 1,000 of you have joined us live at the moment. So thank you guys for coming into the show. All right, are we ready for the next question, ladies? Yeah. All right, now we're taking our aeroplane to Canada. Now, if the two of you know a bit more about this story, then let me know. And if you guys in the comments know as well, but this really quite surprised me. So this question's come in here from Nesuno. So it's a bit of a longer one, but it needs to be. So she's written here, dear HoGaLe's team, would you please read on the alarming rise in gratuitous, deadly violence in Toronto? On Canada's transit system, this person's saying, so many of us need to use it, but are now fearful as people are being thrown onto the tracks by random strangers. I've not heard any of this. This is astonishing, isn't it? Or doused in gasoline and set alight. No. Many others have been stabbed. Yeah, lots. She says lots of knife violence, some even ending in death. These are acts perpetrated by strangers on random people, not gang violence, they specify. Yeah. This is a sudden and new phenomenon in a heretofore safe city. Please give some enlightenment, she says. Have you heard this story about? No. Gosh, sounds terrible. Look what I've got at the base of the deck as I just pick it up, the moon. So let's just read on that energy there and try and ascertain what is going on in Toronto, which, from what I understand, very often is considered one of the safest and best cities to live in the world. So this is really quite shocking.
Oh, how disturbing.
Yeah, thoughts and prayers as well, of course, to people of Toronto.
Toronto.
Wow, card jump out. What's going on with Toronto? What's behind this?
Oh, goodness.
Violence.
Well, will I go?
Go for it.
I got the Queen and King of Swords.
Wow.
In terms of the judiciary, I think they're going to come down fast, hard, and heavy on these perpetrators, and they must. They absolutely must. You know, really draconian sentences, because these things are catching as an idea, you know, to incels in their basement and stuff. The Magician is there. There is a possibility, and the Two of Swords. Both of these are suggesting to me the government needs to act now. They're at a crossroads. If they let it go any further, any longer, you're not going to be able to pull it back. It has
quick
to
comfort break. I'm listening. Yeah,
has to be right now. And the Four of Pentacles, which superficially looks like holding on to money, but Pentacles also represent our values. So this is, to me, Canadians more broadly holding on to their values. Must do it now. So it's really important for Canadians to express that out loud immediately.
Yeah.
What did you get, Lady Jean?
Oh, you're done. Okay. Well, the major arcana I got with this is things that are moving forward. And it's looking at a direction, and it could be empty promises. They're frustrated because that's what I get going into it. We have my Pandora's box here, frustration, keeping the lid on things. The key is some conversations that have been happening. A feeling of loss, monetary losses, okay? When it comes to feeling that there's lies and feeling that there is, now I don't know who the woman would be involved if they have somebody there, but also difficulties with monetary stuff. The Buddha is my thing for woke, you know, waking up and looking at things. And so they're looking at things, and things are moving too slowly when it comes to, again, perhaps monetary and other things being offered by government, and they're feeling restricted. So it looks like it's mainly out of a huge frustration. They feel they've been lied to, and the things aren't moving what they've been promised. So that's what I'm doing with it.
Wow. I think I've got a similar theme kind of going on here. I just wanted to make sure that both of you are done. I just want to make sure I'm not interrupting. Yeah. Okay. So these are the cards that I got. And I think there's an echoing theme here, but look at this to symbolize it all. Isn't it interesting? And it's the Four of Pentacles.
Yes, again.
Oh,
Yeah.
what did
Yeah, I got the Four of Pentacles.
There you go. Yeah. So isn't it interesting that this card should come up? So what's the Four of Pentacles? It can deal with, yes, it deals with money, but it means you're conserving your resources. My nickname for this card is rummaging down the back of the sofa. Yeah, you're digging down the back of the sofa. You're looking for your coins. You're looking for your money, and you're counting every penny, and you're just like, oh yeah. So there is an element here of potential financial restriction, frustration, maybe not feeling supported in monetary terms. I think, like you were saying, Lady G, in terms of like the government and stuff like that. But this is also the cards, as the Pentacles, as Lena would say, also deals with values as well. So there's this sense of a person is trying to protect their land, their territory. These people are feeling under threat in some kind of way, and they feel that there's something that they need to protect. In the obstacle position, we have the Hermit card. Now, of course, the Hermit card can mean deep research, etc., all this type of stuff. But because it's coming in the obstacle position, this can talk about paranoia. It's as if it were reversed. So this could be referring to people that feel what? Shunned, isolated from society, that they don't feel like they have a stake in there. I guess that's what you were getting as well, ladies. Yeah? So we can see these are people, could be potentially lone wolves, as they would say. I don't think it's a coordinated thing. It's just that there's almost like a critical mass of people that are disgruntled enough to do these acts. And then you might be having these copycat, tit for tat kind of things. But sadly, when we think about when we're traveling on public transport, so much of it is trust. It's so easy for someone just to go like that and you're under the train. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? One of these things. Look what card comes in the middle. 10 of Swords. So again, this is talking about betrayal, literally backstabbing. These are people that have been hurt and injured. So of course, the people that have been suffering, and the person actually literally mentioned that people are being stabbed and stuff. So this card is literally just emblematic of all of that. But when we look at the first, it also would suggest these people that feel betrayed in some kind of way. It's almost as if the burdens have become too much and they're sort of like acting out. So I think maybe this is an outflowing, not making excuses, just saying maybe this is an outflowing from things like, because the restrictions in Canada were very, very strict. Yeah, lots of people lost jobs, couldn't do certain things, couldn't travel, couldn't move around. There were people who literally couldn't go on public transport. Is this some kind of backlash, perhaps? However, the outcome card is more positive. Yeah, it's more positive. So this is about reaching a milestone, celebrating marriage, weddings, all of that kind of stuff. So maybe this situation gets addressed. I hope it does, and the outcome will be more positive. But certainly for right now, I think it's a pretty scary thing, isn't it, ladies?
Yeah.
Just backing up for a moment, Phoenix Rise says about the breakdown of the Latino vote. In 2022 election, the Latino split was 64% voted Democratic and 33% voted Republican in the House race, similar in the Senate. And GOP Latino support actually decreased from 5% from 2020. So that's good news.
Okay. Well, that's good, isn't it? That's good.
I wanted to say, when you pulled your last card, I saw that as being needing more stability for government, stability for leadership.
True.
That too, because it often ends up being that kind of almost kind of White House type card, isn't it? Which can represent the security of the homeland and family and all of that's very interesting, that, isn't it? Very interesting that. Jenny W was talking about DeSantis wanting to eliminate Democrats. Very interesting stuff, isn't it? Okay, question number 4. So we're going to get Shakespeare's opinion on this one. So get ready, folks. Gaffer tape yourself in, because we do not know what the bard is going to say. I think, is it Lena's turn to call this? I think it's Lena's turn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this is coming from SEM. SEM. That's a bit slightly saucy, isn't it? Anyway, sorry. I mean, that's what it says. I mean, look, you'll see here. Look, literally there. SEM. Anyway, so they say, "Hi guys, always happy to see you. Will the Repubs finally pass the debt ceiling?" Now, this is really quite an important question, isn't it? So let's have a look. Will they pass the debt ceiling? And then we'll see what the bard has to say about the GOP in the House.
Right.
I was just saying there was a 6.9 earthquake in New Zealand today.
Crikey! 6.9.
You've got to remember with New Zealand that they are called the Shaky Isles, right? It always has had an earthquake history. And back in the day, it wasn't such a problem. But as cities get bigger and denser, there's more carnage and disruption from earthquakes. Poor New Zealand has had a tough run.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Also as
Sorry,
well,
I've forgotten our question. What is
so the question is, will the Republicans pass the debt ceiling?
Oh,
And then we're going to
goodness.
get the Bard's. Then we're going. Pardon me. We're going to get the Bard's opinion on the current
GOP.
House GOP.
Okay, the debt ceiling. This is really important. Oh God.
And with New Zealand as well, they're very close to that ring of fire. But my God, 6 point, whatever it was, that's big. Uranus, by the way, everyone, Uranus is very associated with earthquakes, sudden shocks and surprises, and he's with Rahu. So we're going to have a few more shakes, unfortunately. All right, GOP, will they raise the debt?
I can go if you want.
Go for it.
All right, it's I've got my Biden card kicking off. So they're working very hard behind the scenes to deal with these recalcitrant people, right? You know, this is working day and night to try and make them see sense, because they're holding the country hostage with this theft card. But the outcome is Ace of Pentacles, but I worry what they have to give them to get this vote. But at the end of the day, the two parties come together here, and I hope that's right. But I am a bit worried about this Ace of Pentacles, Fool's Gold, because they're so desperate to get it done and move on. It's just appalling. It would mean the United States would lose its credit rating, and it's such a disaster. Yeah. And not even that. It was just the reverberations around the world. Yeah.
Lady G, what do you have?
Well, the major arcana with this is judgment. So, that's our overriding thing with it. Going into this is our cross to bear for the White House. So very worried about what's happening with it. Going into it, we have this mental stress of, they want to have fireworks. That's the message that we're going to, close it down. But we have, usually we have Biden, but this is a little maybe softer element. And I think they're having people to look at it and go for high truth here, go for something higher, and trying to get them to work together with the government. So looking for those that they can influence to say, look, let's just move this forward and get it done. But yeah, it's kind of tough, and they're working on it. As usual, Biden's doing what he can to pull it through.
Right. Okay. Right. What do I have? Okay. To symbolize the reading, GOP, debt ceiling, and stuff like that. Look what I get. I get the Queen of Cups. Isn't that a funny one? Now, if we just take this as the basic, this what are cups all about? Emotions. Yeah, it's all about emotions and stuff like that. And look, when it comes to these people, this GOP who are in the House, who of course have got a majority, thinner than a supermodel. Yeah,
I love that.
I mean, it really is, particularly with the whole thing with DeSantis, etc., and all that kind of stuff. It shows that they're not thinking. It's all about the emotions. It's all about over the top. Do you know what I mean? We would have preferred to see the Queen of Swords, someone cool and rational. Not that there's anything too wrong with the Queen of Cups, but you don't want her for fiscal budget responsibility. Yeah, particularly as we don't know what she's got hidden in her little cauldron here of shocks and surprises. Yeah, so there's that. Obstacle position. Sword, Page of Swords, which of course pages are all about messages and stuff like that. But this can also mean gossip and spy in the camp. Who could be a potential gossip spy in the camp and a you know what? Yeah, a certain MTG perhaps. Yeah, scurrying around doing all sorts of stuff. for me, because it's in the obstacle position, it's not in its most truthful guise. This is people mishigas, playing games, prodding, jabbing,
Yes.
you know what I mean? All of this kind of stuff. However, will they have to walk away from their antics? Could it be that the problems they could potentially cause, not only for America, but for the whole world, could be so gargantuan that even certain sponsors and donors are like, we're going to walk away if you carry on with this? Yeah. They need to walk away from this cray-cray. It's not just America. It will tank the world. But look, bit of sword of truth. I'm hoping reality comes to the fore and they may kind of reconsider, but we'll have to see. Yeah. But look, what's this? This is the old 8 of Swords. Yeah. It's like they've, as I said before, I said they would try and take everyone what? Hostage.
Yeah.
Honestly, they're up there with Lockerbie and all that kind of stuff. This lot, they are terrible. They really are prepared to put America and in fact the whole world to hostage. So I pulled some clarifiers. 10 of Pentacles, betrayal. Yeah, betrayal. Yeah. But look, 6 of Cups, which is about the exchanging of money changing hands, etc. Some people may even take some backhanders to not, you know, to not push us over the cliff. I bet you any money. But look, 7 of Wands, which is about trying to defend a position and stuff like that. So look, they're gonna squawk, they're gonna argue, they're gonna take everyone to the precipice, to the edge, fighting their corner, taking everyone hostage. But I think ultimately the sword of truth is going to come out, and they hopefully, when I read the cards backwards, they're going to have to walk away from that position, because they will be known as the bankrupters, not only of America, but the whole world. And do you really want that kind of legacy? Anything else to add to that, ladies, before we move on? Oh, Shakespeare.
Yet another thing, as an outsider to American politics, I don't know of another country that does this debt ceiling nonsense. What is it even about? You know, like, the money's there. The debt ceiling is about money that's already been allocated, by the way. It's not, you know, airy-fairy money. It's money that's been fought over, allocated, sorted out, and then they go, no. Yeah. So it's a stupid system as well. It's just that prior to this generation of nutcases, everyone's just nodded to the debt ceiling, even when there's squabbles about it. So it's a systemic problem, like the Electoral College.
Shall we see what Shakespeare has to say about these House GOP? This is your call. So you tell me when to stop.
And then stop.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's just see. Oh, this is quite interesting. All right, I'm going to read both pages. So the first one is from The Passionate Pilgrim, which I didn't even know was one of Shakespeare's plays. Anyway, so says here, this is so pertinent. Words are easy, like the wind. Faithful friends are hard to find. Oh, words are easy, like the wind. Faithful friends are hard to find. And then on the other page, this is from Cymbeline, says, away, thou'rt poison to my blood.
Good, short and to the point.
But I think that's really interesting. When we go back to The Passionate Pilgrim, I think this really does encapsulate so much of this wordplay that we've been seeing. You know, MTG coming out with her various, you know, I was going to use a certain word, I won't use that word, but, you know, with her various different things, and, you know, as McCarthy. But anyway, words are easy, like the wind. Faithful friends are hard to find. So it's isn't it interesting about words, faith, ambiguity? Are they true? Are they true friends of America? We think not.
Very interesting.
Very interesting. So, right, we got that. Let's see. We can squeeze in a couple more, methinks. Let's look at questions. Have I done that? Yeah, 5, 4. Did I do number 5? Oh, here we go. Will Murdoch's be removed? This is coming from BA Solution, but there's lots of little star things. Will Murdoch's be removed from Foxtrot, as I like to say, via board members? And will McCarthy and Tucker be in legal jeopardy for the Jan 6th votes? So that's really two questions.
It's two
Which
questions.
do you guys prefer?
The
Fox?
second one, I think.
Second one, Lady G, second one, yeah. So that would be, will Tucker be in legal jeopardy for the 1/6 video things? Let's have a look.
And McCarthy, yeah.
Yeah, McCarthy. And then we could do a one card pull on Fox.
Murdoch.
I mean, Murdoch. I mean, he's got some nerve. I mean, to admit what he admitted.
Yes. He showed himself for what he is.
Oh. Do you guys remember I did a deep dive on Fox? If you guys haven't seen it, look back in my catalog. And I said it's about the money. Yeah, they've got like 6 wealth yogas in terms of the creation of their chart. But I was talking about the lies, the finance. It's all about the money.
Yeah, and only about the money.
Yeah. All right. Will
Tucker Carlson and McCarthy.
Tucker and Carthy legal jeopardy? And then we'll end on an existential question if we have time.
Well,
Ready to go? Who's ready to go? Oh, very interesting.
I can.
Go for it.
All right. The first card is, excuse me, carrying a war wound. I think, I love that. Love that.
Oh, what happened? Sorry.
I got it.
Wow.
Yeah. Carrying a war wound about this, like, I think people who either, no one likes Tucker Carlson outside of his immediate cohort, but there are millions of them. Other journos, well, he's not a journo, he's a commentator. Other Fox people don't like Tucker, is what I'm trying to say. And he's taking a bit of flack for this behavior. There's a hint of judicial something coming up with the Hierophant, but with these cards, I don't think it's going to translate into him going to court. I think this is talking about the Murdoch Dominion case, and that will have some ripple back on his role. So it will be talked about in the context of the Hierophant. I'm not getting his actual legal things. And they are assessing, it actually is all coming back to the Murdoch stuff, interestingly. They are evaluating how far they can go, what they can get away with, what they maybe can't get away with in the future, how to keep the money happening in the new post-court case of Dominion. And then Tucker and McCarthy, I think, are out in the cold on this.
Wow.
That the majority of people, by the majority of people, I mean in their social world even, as opposed to their media audience, they've got kids and cousins and uncles and aunties who are going, no, yuck.
Yeah.
That's my vibe.
Lady G, what do you have?
Well, the major arcanas I got for this are, this is the choices they made, their path forward. And then we have at the challenge position, the wheel is turning with the American people. Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
So, again, going into it, this is kind of they're facing a battle with this going forward. And there are those that are going to look and stand up against what they're doing. But I think it's not going to come down to courts or anything like that. It's going to be in public opinion turning against them, and just had enough of their stuff.
Yeah, I think like Lena would say said in the past, for those that are rusted on to this wagon, the ones that are rusted on, the diehards, that it doesn't matter, what is said. There would be some that would change their mind. But I was watching something recently where Sean Hannity, I think it was getting some pushback against someone. He was doing this live thing. It was only a little clip that I saw, but this will have cut through. Even more so than anything else, this will have cut through, because people are like, oh my goodness, especially when you see where you see the text, and they were saying she's a loony bin, the banshee, what's her face, I am the Kraken, what's her name? Even they were saying she is bonkers.
Sidney Powell.
That's it. Sidney Powell. Do you know what I mean? And yet they still went ahead. Anyway, my cards, and then we'll get on to the existential question. And thank you everyone for donating as well. I didn't get a chance to say everyone's name. We've got 1,300 of you with us as well this evening.
Brilliant.
Thank you so much for supporting the channel. We really appreciate it. Mwah! So look, my cards, and then we'll get on to Harry's question, because it's quite an important one. Now, you guys saw me shuffling and ruffling. Look who's back.
Again. She's busy today.
Busy night for the Queen of Cups. So again, what is this talking about in regards to Tucker and, and all of this kind of stuff? It's all about the emotions. It's all about the emotions. This isn't about news. This is not a card of calm rationality. Obviously, the Queen of Cups has many virtues, but in terms of economic planning and big strategies and stuff, that's not what she's known for. This is about emotion, intuition, stuff like that. So what I think it is, Tucker Carlson in particular has been very emotional, trying to get rid of people, because obviously the share price was affected, and he's probably got quite a bit of stock. Now, look at the obstacle card. This is a weird one. Look, it's temperance. So we can look at it like that, which can mean what? A lack of chemistry. It can mean things. It's like, I call it, it's like, when you're trying to start the car engine, it's like, it's like that. So what is, I feel they are worried about the emotions of the base. And they're trying to get the chemistry back, but it's not kind of working, because the battery acid has begun to leak a little bit, because Dominion have got quite a strong case. Look at this. Oh dear. Is this Fox News having to retreat in defeat? Is this Fox News on life support for a little while? I mean, they're certainly having their brow beaten back, but it doesn't help when your top CEO, who created the whole company back in 1996, I think it was, says, it's not about red. It's not about blue. It's about green. And you know what, naively, what I thought? I was like, oh, he believes in climate change.
You had a flash of the Green Association.
Like,
no, that'd be the greenback.
No, he means the greenback. He means money. He's just admitted it's all about money. That is like that's like Count Dracula being struck through the heart there. If anything's going to lose them the case, it will be that. So now they're like, oh dear, they're going to be needed a bit of charity, because it's all about the money for their money exchanging hands, going round begging, and they're going to be, poor me. It makes me think of that song. What was that song by Celine Dion? All by Myself. All by myself. So I think after this, it's obviously going to affect their share price if they lose. But this might be them as well, trying to do an out-of-court settlement. But Dominion so far have not been having it. They're like, no, we've done our homework, we've done our research. You're going to be isolated. So we have to see. Not great cards, though, isn't it, for Foxy Loxy? Oh, dear. Shall we? Look, we've got a minute or two. Let's end on that existential question.
Yes, I'm intrigued. What is it?
And I think we should do one card pulls and then give our 6p worth. So Harry, you are the star of the show tonight. This is coming from Harry Bunn. I'm so old school. I literally cut out the old question and just taped it on.
Bless.
I didn't have time. I was like,
he's growing up with Blue Peter.
Exactly. So here are flashback questions. So he says, hello from Sidonia. So he says, what is the fate of organized religion going forward? Oof. It seems it is not needed as much as it was. So I thought we'll pull one card each and we'll riff in regards to religion. Oh, jumper. Okay. Okay. We'll pull one card and then we'll reveal. Okay. Are we ready? So this is about the future, the fate of religion and stuff like that. Okay. Yep. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I forgot. Different.
All right, Lena, how do you interpret your card in the context of organized religion?
Right, the 3 of Wands, waiting for your ship to come in. It's like looking externally for explanations and for courage and for emotional support, looking outside. If you're into alternative religions, they're about looking internally. Right, and how can you be a better person and engage with the spirit energy? This is about looking, I'll go to that church. Oh no, I didn't like that. I'll go to this church. That's the one for me because they've got the word of God. So it's that for me.
Okay. Lady, how do you interpret yours?
Those that are materially minded are going to try to hold on to the old, this stuff that's going on, the prosperity teachers and the evil angel squad, so-called churches that are popping up everywhere now. The rest of humanity will go towards more spirituality, the things that Christ came and was trying to teach. But we have those holdouts, of the thing that keep and hold on to the Torah, to the letter of the law type things. And they just totally bypass the genuine spirituality.
Yes.
What's
That's
your
a really good
take,
point.
Hogarth?
Right, my take is this. They're like, holy moly, who can we team up with before we sink? Oh my God, goddamn, no one's going to the churches anymore. It's all cray. All these people that we partnered with and all of this kind of stuff. Because look, this is about what? Deal making. Isn't that interesting that this should come up for a card that's to do with religion? It should be something like the star. Yeah, the star would be one, or even the elephant would make more sense, wouldn't it? Those are religious connotations cards. Why is it about deals and partnerships and who you can team up with and stuff like that? So I think when I look in the context of the cards, particularly with Lady G's card with the money, and your one, Lena, what was your card? Could you just again?
The 3 of Wands, looking out, not in.
Right. When I kind of add my little bit with you guys, I'm like, they're looking externally, outwardly, prospecting, speculating on, who they can team up with to protect their position in terms of the 4 of Pentacles. So I think this is about deals. I think this is about politics, who they can team up next, who's the next darling. But maybe it's also as well, it could be people themselves. Maybe this is a change. People are looking for new ways to connect with spirit. So I'll leave it like that.
Nice to your card with the 2 of Cups. It's either they're sharing emotionally the poison or they're sharing the healing. Are they sharing healing, love, or are they sharing the poison?
What an insight.
I think you'd probably say both. It's where they're coming from. If they're attracted to the poison, that's where they'll go. And if they're attracted to the love and support and tolerance and other Christian values, they will find that too. But,
it brings back to mind immediately, when they were in the out in the desert and they got bit by the snake. They said you put the snake on the You put it up and you look at the snake, and then you have the healing. Well, you've got to look at problem in order to heal. So
Indeed.
it has to do with all of that too, either being willing to move forward or they're going to stay stuck in the poison.
Yeah. And just to say as well, just a caveat as well, we're talking about the energetic overview of religion, sort of like as a whole, in the context of how we were talking. Obviously, people who are religious, spiritual, we're not mocking their faith or anything like that. We don't want it to come across in that way, but we're talking in terms of the trajectory. A lot of people are questioning their faith now in ways that they didn't do before, and particularly when it comes to connections with politics and stuff like that. So just to put it in that context, ladies, can you believe it? The time has gone in the flash. We're 5 minutes over. Thank you, everyone who donated and gave brilliant comments. We really appreciate you guys being here with us. We really, really do. You come here every week, so it's just great. Just to quickly close, Lady G, can you tell us about your Lenormand cards? And I might share my little design that I finished as well before we close.
Yeah, well, my deck is finally finished, and I did, the one that was cut off, I did redo some of the things, like the owl needed to be lightened up and stuff. So the deck has come back and it's really ready to roll. And I'm just waiting. Monday or Tuesday, I should have the little velvet bags that I'm going to put them in.
Oh, wow, it's that close.
Yeah, it's coming. So I do have decks ready, and they like $45, but that includes priority shipping in the U.S. So it includes that 2-day shipping priority.
Wow. All right, I'm going to do a quick unveil. Those that are part of my membership and all this kind of stuff, you would have seen this already, but I've been doing this front book cover design. Now, this is a ridiculous throwback to spangled, bejeweled front covers that were like grimoires and stuff like that, which I want to turn into a giant pop-up book and stuff. And there will be a cheaper version, but here it is.
Wow. You've added to it since I saw it during the week.
Yes, it's finished.
Cool.
If you look here, I've added the gemstones. And now you got the shimmer and the shine and whatever. Anyway, just so you know, so I am going to start.
It's an illustrated manuscript.
But it literally is. It literally is. So we'll start writing the book. This is what you've just seen there is like a 2-year project. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it to my local jeweler. I'm going to see how much it costs to actually make it. Now, what I'm going to say is this. It's probably going to take almost everyone's total 401k that they've saved for their whole life. It's probably so. This isn't like something on the wish list. This is something to give to maybe museums, to just enshrine and elevate, Neo-Vedic astrology and all of that kind of stuff. So more to come, but I wanted to show that it is done, it is finished, and I'll get it the design protected.
How
and I'll
exciting!
Have it made out of real gold and gems and jewels, but we will leave it there.
Yeah, I was asking him, can we have a 10 lifetime payment plan on that?
Yeah, I think it'd be at least £100,000 to make it, but don't think.
No, it's holy grail stuff. Perhaps you can only borrow it for a week in your lifetime and you have to pass it on.
There'll be museum pieces, design pieces and stuff like that. But more to come in the pipeline. Thanks again, everyone. Oh, I think also as well, we had Kevin. Kevin, thanks for the donation from Kevin's Healing Light. Healing Medium. Healing Medium. Forgive me. There we are. So, and I'll be doing a collab as well with Sheila very soon on Monday as well, from Celtic Tarot. We'll leave it there. We've gone way over. Thanks, ladies, so much for joining us.
It was a buzz, as always.
Yeah, very interesting, wasn't it? And hopes and prayers, thoughts and prayers for Canada as well. And let's hope that violence comes to an end. But until next time, folks, and we will see you soon. All right. Bye-bye for now.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.